You guys on the Culture Channel seem to be really enjoying these Formula One reactions. So, of course, I will oblige you and continue to do them. Hello, my favorite people. Welcome to the channel. Today we'll be doing the worst crashes. I don't even know if I'm ready for this. The worst crashes in Formula One history. Now, whenever I first started doing these reactions and learning more about Formula One, a big concern of mine as a nurse is the drivers, because they're going at high speeds. The cars just seem sometimes to explode as they're driving them whenever they get hit, like bumper cars. And I was like, what is being done to protect the drivers? I don't know why I'm hurting myself like this, because obviously, like, y'all know I cracked my beads. When did I do that? Gosh dang it. Oh shit. Do you see that? Hold on. You can't really see it because it's blurry, but that black speck right there. Gosh dang it. I don't know when I did that. Let's get into the video. Subscribe if you're new here, like the video. I hope they still work. Let's get into it. I need to be more careful.
And the roll hoop and the halo, very...
Not homie doing a pop shove it with the car upside down.
The roll hoop and the halo very much doing its job before the car digs in, and you do not ever want to see.
He had a helmet on,
like
right?
That.
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
No, because there's just like different levels of money. If an Aston Martin is y'all's pit car, like your rescue vehicle, it's not no little Ford or Chevy. It's an Aston Martin. Isn't that the car James Bond was driving in the movie? And y'all have it pulling up people from the ditch. That's a flex, low key.
Accidents like that.
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
It got just so
And
full.
today, we're looking at the
car's
10
huge.
worst crashes in F1 history.
Big fire there as they exited out
Mercedes?
of turn 3, and that looks very nasty indeed. And unsurprisingly, that is a...
Wait, why did they have to hold the driver back? Is there like a love for the car? It's gone, buddy. It's in flames.
There as they exited out of turn 3.
I'm glad he's safe.
And that looks very nasty indeed, and unsurprisingly, that
And
is
then
a
the
red
people have to
flag.
extinguish
For
it
this
so
list,
close.
we
Oh,
think
yeah.
the most
Vintage shot, and it went into the crowd.
devastating crashes to take place in F1. Sadly, because some of these crashes resulted in deaths. A content warning
Oh my
is now
God.
in effect.
Oh my
Which of these
God.
crashes had you covering your eyes? Be sure to let us know in the comments.
Please stop.
Lorenzo Bandini at the 1967 Monaco Grand Prix.
And sorry to pause it. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I'm done apologizing for pausing. It's a reaction. Isn't Monaco the track where it's like in the city? I think those are so cool, but also I would just be stressed out.
The 1967 Monaco Grand Prix. Lorenzo Bandini was trailing in second place behind Denny Hulme when he
Nice.
lost
Good
control of the vehicle and crashed.
Now Bandini. And Bandini's crashed. Good Lord, look at that.
Oh my God. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Run, please.
The car flipped and its fuel tank broke, which resulted in the car bursting into
Engulfed.
flames. Marshals struggled with rescuing Bandini as the flames constantly grew and made the task all the more difficult.
You know how firefighters have they have to wear those heavy and hot suits, but it's because, aren't they like fire resistant? I feel like the drivers should 100%, their helmet should be fire resistant. Their suit should be fire resistant. Like, someone develop the technology, please, for these drivers.
Although Bandini was eventually pulled out of the vehicle,
Yes.
he had still sustained third-degree burns.
Immediately get him fluids and straight to the hospital, trauma ICU.
He was taken to the hospital, but sadly he passed away 3 days later.
No, 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 no. Burns and blood loss. And shock. 3 worst. She's gonna say how old he was. If he's like in his 30s or 40s, barely even started living.
He passed away 3 days later. He was 31 years of age.
I'm 23.
Gilles Villeneuve, the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix. Near the end of the qualifier session of this edition of the Belgian Grand Prix, Gilles Villeneuve aimed to improve his position and lap time.
Wait, positive. Is that like a hydration tube? Like, you know how there's those hats where you can put your soda can in and there's like a straw? So they can stay hydrated during the race? Nice, because they're sitting there stiff. Their legs aren't getting very good circulation, but at least you got fluids coming in. That's nice. That's a nice touch.
Qualifier session of this edition of the Belgian Grand Prix, Gilles Villeneuve aimed to improve his position and lap time, so he attempted to cut another racer. There was clearly confusion as to which side he should complete the maneuver. He went right and hit the vehicle he attempted to pass. Villeneuve's car flipped several times, and the subsequent impact was so devastating it resulted in Villeneuve being launched out of the vehicle.
An ejection? Seatbelts! Launched?
Gilles Villeneuve aimed to improve his position and lap time, so he attempted to cut another racer. There was clearly confusion as to which side he should complete the maneuver. He went right and hit the vehicle he attempted to pass. Villeneuve's car flipped several times, and the subsequent impact was so devastating, it resulted in Villeneuve being launched out of the vehicle. He was rushed to the hospital, but hours later it was announced that he had passed away. Jules Bianchi, the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix. In F1 races, one crash often leads to another, but none have been under such unusual circumstances. During a lap of this race, as a result of weather conditions, Favour's Adrian would go off the track and hit a wall. A crane was used by marshals to remove the vehicle. During the removal process, Marusha's Jules Bianchi wound up driving directly into the crane. He was
They needed like security lights, flashing lights, bad weather, maybe the driver didn't see it. And you know how trailer, or at least in the United States, because someone actually, this similar situation happened to I don't know her name, but the actress who plays in SVU, her mother, the car went underneath the trailer. So now there's this thing called, I don't know what they're called, but there's basically a guard now underneath all trailers in the United States. They need to do that for these, I guess.
Removal process, Marusha's Jules Bianchi wound up driving directly into the crane. He was unconscious and was subsequently placed in intensive care. He later passed away as a result of the head injuries he sustained during the accident.
He will be much missed.
Is that him? Please, he's so young. Ugh. Do you value your life more than the race? Because at this point, I don't know. Gosh. These drivers literally put it all on the lane. On the line. If it were me, honestly, I'd be in last place every time. I am cruising. I'm checking my mirrors at all times. This is what I was saying whenever we were doing those driving in Europe videos. I'd rather not. Because a roundabout, you will not catch me dead in one. You won't catch me alive in one. That needs to be the new saying. You won't catch me alive. You won't catch me dead. If I'm dead, it's because I was in the roundabout.
He later passed away as a result of the head injuries he sustained during the accident.
He will be much missed in the Formula One paddock.
Ronnie Peterson, the 1978 Italian Grand Prix. Crashing the vehicle he was meant to drive at the race during a practice session, Team Lotus's Ronnie Peterson was forced to drive an older model instead. Along with his vehicle facing technical difficulties, the main race began as the flag was dropped before all the cars were in their respective positions.
Okay, that's a fail on the people who were hosting, because what the heck?
The ensuing havoc and confusion caused by the error resulted in Peterson's vehicle colliding with a McLaren driven by James Hunt.
McLaren? I don't even want to hear the name anymore. My heart is broken this year. Absolute horrendous performance by McLaren. You know, my dream car has always been a McLaren, but now I'll be embarrassed to drive one. I think I'll go for the LC500.
Positions. The ensuing havoc and confusion caused by the error resulted in Peterson's vehicle colliding with a McLaren driven by James Hunt. Peterson's Lotus would then hit a barrier and burst into flames. Hunt and several crew members were able to get Peterson out of the vehicle, and he was rushed to the hospital. The next morning, Peterson was pronounced dead as a result.
That'll do it. If this whole video is just trauma, jeez. I thought it was just gonna be little crashes. No, these are and these drivers are so freaking young. We need them to be safer. I want them to be safer. Like, you shouldn't have to risk or lose your life just for this. Like, as much as I love Formula One and the cars and the, like, complexities of it, the people matter more than the sport to me. But you guys let me know your opinions, but this video is a bit much.